So, if you have been anywhere on the internet in the past 3 years, you will notice that as a society, we have a problem. We are addicted to our phones and social media. And I personally am no exception to this. My phone distracted me hardcore for the past year. And it would be little things, you know, you'd take a little break from work and then you'd pull out your phone, jump on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram, and you just start scrolling, and before you know it, you've lost 15 minutes of your work time. It was insane. And it wasn't just that. You know, there'd be a lull in conversation, and then boom, my phone would somehow find itself into my palm. And it wasn't that I was looking at anything interesting, it's just how it was. It was like my default that I went back to was distracted. I would always be on this phone. It was quite a problem, and I knew it was a problem because media and influencers have been telling us this for the past 5 years, that we are addicted to our phones. But what they haven't been telling us is a long-term solution that will fix this problem. And about a month ago, I found one. Let me tell you that story. So, about a month ago, I was in San Francisco doing some contracting work, and more importantly, I was currently reading this book, Make Time by Jake Knapp. Basically, the best book I've read about time management. And in this book, there was a concept called the distraction-free phone. Simply put, Jake Knapp had taken his phone and deleted all social media apps, the web browser app, and the mail app in a bid to make his phone distraction-free. And the crazy part is, he's lived with this phone for the past 6 years. My interest was piqued, and I found out he lived in San Francisco, so I made a little trip to meet with him. Uber. Good. So, I'm here with Jake Knapp, writer of EA book.
This book.
First off, I've been reading this book, amazing book.
Well, thank you, Jacob. Yeah, that's great. It would have been awkward after we got here setting up the video and you were like, the book sucks.
One of the things that really grabbed me while reading your book was one of your tips called the distraction-free phone.
Here's the home screen, and I've just got, on the home screen I got nothing except for the phone and
so this is what
text.
mine looks like.
And then as we go through, I just keep one little line of apps on the top.
Before we could talk about the distraction-free phone, Jake first had to tell me about the two main things that distract us, that vie for our attention.
In the modern world, it's like we're stuck in the middle between these two things. On one side, you've got the busy bandwagon. This is just this like always like amping up expectation of busyness. Fast response time, like you're gonna reply all to every message as soon as it comes in, that we're gonna be online like kind of 24 hours a day or as close as possible. If people send me an email, that I'll get back to them, and that I'll schedule every single minute with meetings. So the busy bandwagon is on one side, and then on the other side there's infinity pools. So it's like if you get exhausted from all of the stuff that's going on at work, then like on the other side there are all these great ways to take a break, right? And they're really wonderful. There's social media, right? So I could like take a break and I could look at Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. There's like wonderful things there. But that is the pull on the other side. So it's like on one side there's this force of gravity of like, God, all this work to do, gotta keep up. On the other side it's like, oh man, all these wonderful distractions if you want to take a break. And when you're ping-ponging between those two things, it's really hard to actually pay attention to what you care about, like what matters to you.
So why do you call them infinity pools?
If my phone's in my pocket, I'm always going to be thinking like, some part of my brain knows there could be something new there. And if I look at my phone screen and I'm kind of like panning through, I'm like, well, if there's nothing new here, there could be something new there. So anything that has infinite content, it's going to pull at my brain.
So to free my phone from the busy bandwagon and the infinity pool apps, I unlocked my phone and asked Jake to go through and delete the apps to make my phone a distraction-free phone.
All right, so let's take a look at this. What we got here is Instagram. Uninstall Instagram?
That's the biggest one.
It's like, are you sure? You must be crazy. We're just gonna do it.
I'm sorry, fans.
Yeah.
So for the next little bit, Jake went through and started deleting all of the infinity pool apps on my phone. This include things like LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, Chrome, and my mail app especially. Now some of those apps are what are called system apps, so you can't just delete them by touching it and pulling it to the bin. You've got to actually jump into settings and uninstall the app from within there. Then, once all of the problem apps have been deleted, it was time to clean up the phone. Now the way Jake does this is he has two folders in particular. So he has one folder called the future, and this is where he keeps all of his apps that makes him feel like he's in the future. And then he just has another folder for utilities where he keeps, extra apps that he doesn't use that often. And then finally, his apps, which he uses a lot, he puts them on individual screens so there's easy access to them. Okay, so this is now my new phone.
Yeah, this is your new phone. So it's just, you want to unlock it and then...
Voila.
Wow, look at that beautiful picture.
Let's have a picture.
It's very chill.
No distractions.
Keep notes over there.
Oh, we got to move there, nice.
This is the new you, Jacob. We'll see how it goes. And one of the things with this is like the power of boredom. So what you might notice, I notice this sometimes, I do get bored. There's times when I would be like, oh, I'll reach for my phone to just look at something and there's nothing to look at. But in those moments of being bored, sometimes I might have a really good idea. Like maybe then an idea will come to me about something that's more important to me than, you know, the random email that some random person sends me. It's all right to slow down. And every signal in the world, from the busy bandwagon to the infinity pools, the expectation is go, 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 go. Use every minute with your brain on. It's okay to have your brain off sometimes.
Well, we're gonna find out if it's good or not. All right. Alright, it's now 30 days later and I've been living with the distraction-free phone for 30 days and it has been actually rather amazing. One thing you notice is that you're way less twitchy and you have more time. Your default goes back to focus rather than being distracted. So, now that I've done it, it is now your turn. So I here issue the distraction-free phone challenge and we'll hashtag it because it's ironic. So, this is what you gotta do. You're gonna live with a distraction-free phone for 1 week, people. 7 days. And to qualify for a distraction-free phone, this is what you gotta do. Step 1, my hair. So, step number 1, you must take a screenshot of your phone before you delete the app. Step 2, you will delete all social media apps except for your favorite one. We'll come back to that later. Then you must delete all infinity pool apps. These are apps like your news app, something that has infinite content that distracts you. Delete those apps. Step 4, you must remove your email and mailing app from your phone. Then step number 5, you must delete the Swiss Army knife tool of distraction. And that, my friends, is your search engine, Chrome. Delete that little thing. Then step 6, you keep everything else. Apps like Uber, Maps, Lyft, these things are tools. Beautiful, beautiful tools that enhance your life and make it faster, makes it great. Now what you do is you organize these tools into a way that makes your phone less distracting. Step 7, get out your phone, take another screenshot of your new distraction-free phone. Voila! Now finally, we're coming back to that little app that I told you to keep at the beginning, which you actually are going to delete in the end. But this is what you're going to do. You are going to open your phone, go through to some sort of layout apps. I use Instagram layouts. Take the 2 screenshots, put them side by side, your old one and your new one. Now you're going to take that phone and you're going to post that you are doing the hashtag distraction-free phone challenge for the next 7 days and explain to your friends why you're doing it. Then challenge 3 other friends to do this challenge with you. And then once you have posted, immediately delete that social media app. The reason for doing this is 1, by putting yourself out there, it makes you accountable to your friends. 2, it encourages you to shut off that twitchy feeling of having to check everything. If you want to check that post, you can check it on your desktop. It gets you into the habit of that. So there we go. Now you're at the end of the video, you're probably like, oh, do I really want to do such an extreme measure? Will this like mess up my whole work schedule? I can't live without email on my phone. I need it for work. Well, maybe you do, maybe you don't. You'll never find out unless you try. So I'd say give it a go. And if you find out you do need one of those apps desperately for some sort of business or something, then it's very easy to reinstall them again. It takes 30 seconds. Give it a try for 7 days, and if you do, tag me in the Instagram post, and also subscribe to my videos. The next few videos, I'm going to be going through this book and taking out some more helpful tips with Jake Knapp.